And we are live in the Fragonationals. I am your host, Jack Clock.
And I am young Peen.
And today, oh dear God. Today we are going to be watching an exciting game between two teams
Team
from Group B.
Andale
Team
and
Andale versus
Team Andale
veteran
and
team
Riders of the Storm.
Riders of the Storm.
Alright, so let's break down just the basic facts right now. Riders of the Storm are on a slump. Team Andale coming off a huge victory over RC Squad, who had previously 6-0'd Riders of the Storm.
And
now,
yes. Oh yeah, I was...
This is a completely different setup, though, because Riders are much more experienced team than RC Squad in the long run. And I think after watching yesterday, they will have a much better chance at fighting Team Andale. I think they might be able to sort of read this strange, just completely unorthodox offense they got. Just absolutely tenacious on both sides of the field here.
Definitely. There's a lot of talent going on here. Team leader of Riders of the Storm here is Emily. There's a lot of different ways to pronounce that once, but I'm gonna go with Mali. It's easier for me.
Emily actually taking out the Colt Navy, gonna probably use more of the range that the map Desperados is on. It was this or Sweetwater.
Last time she used the volcanic, which it was an interesting play style for the last time, but it didn't so quite pan out for her. Anyways,
we're gonna start this first round here, and on the other side we actually have Fanny Boulin, I believe, is the leader of Team Andale, rocking the shotgun again.
Playing the role of the dedicated fragger, pretty much, for the team. He's always running in and taking people out.
Looks like they're just clearing out this area. Hopefully gonna grab the red chest or the blue chest underneath. Yeah, Kieki seems pretty self-explanatory. Just holding this area, not really moving too much. A lot of real estate, though, for all of the Riders of the Storm, who are probably going to start hunting them down.
Oh, it looks like there's already a fight beginning, and Fanny Boulin immediately beginning the game by taking out Kuja and Emily.
Ooh, and here goes Emily again, trying to get that potential soup. I'm going to keep an eye on potential soup because it seems like they are playing a very special game.
It looks like potential soup is going to be hiding in the very bowels of the map, armed with a smith. It's not often you see the smith nowadays in competitive Fistful of Frags.
Potential soup needs to be careful. Very close range corridors here, and they have a smith carbine. They need to get out in the open where they can do the most damage. They probably would have been better arming themselves with a sawed-off or something along those lines. Just barely didn't get spotted by Kieki there.
Looks like Kuja managed to spot one of the players.
And Gunter has a drop.
Oh.
Gunter very close to potential soup. Ooh, but
potential soup manages to take him out, and Kieki is very close to the first death.
That might be the first Smith headshot that we've seen come out of this. Like the entire tournament, we saw Wild Bunch and Deal Duck. We saw them pulling out the Smith a little, but no one taps coming.
Looks like Emily is in a really bad spot right now. There's two Team Andale members that are surrounding her. However, potential soup managing to hit one of the members of the other team. However,
now Kuja and Potential, it is their duties as teammates to get that barrel away from Emily.
Gunter just otherwise. If you look over there, Gunter's using the Smith now.
Ooh, Gunter pulled out the Smith.
Yeah, he managed to tag one of the other players.
It looks like him and Potential Soup are in a Smith carbine battle.
Now that's something you don't see every day, especially in a tournament. Alright, looks like Fanny Bulin is also going to rejoin him. And Kieki manages to take out Potential Soup quietly with a finish. Alright,
Gunter
who's left?
tagging Emily.
Oh, things aren't looking very good for Emily. She's gonna
Kuja
have to
pushes,
run.
but lets Emily retreat.
And Kieki manages to kill Emily, resulting in the first tie of the game.
Now, here's where you're going to see things slow down a little bit, and I think that's the best time for us to ask some of the bigger questions. It's tied up, but is Team Andale in control like they were yesterday? Because it seems like most of these weapon picks are actually being initiated by Riders of the Storm and not Team Andale.
Yeah, I feel like they're going pretty hard on the offense. I think they were probably listening in on our last video and saying that you're going to have to choose
Kuja might get a pick here. Ooh,
you're
misses
gonna
the wall bang.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Kieki is making sure that, oh! And he is very close to death, but so is the other guy.
Ooh.
Gunter managed to take out Kuja, but Emily manages to take out Emily. And there's the trade. Gunter is popping off right now.
And Gunter is just keeping all of the Riders of the Storm away.
Potential
That
Soup.
Smith Carbine is doing so much work right now.
Potential Soup managing to kill Fanny Bulin. Alright, this is very intense. Both final team members, I believe, are ones with
the snipers.
Smith.
The snipers.
Now, that's something you don't see every day. I knew that the Smith Carbine would be a very odd game changer for the match. Alright, looks like Team Andale is utilizing some barrels.
Potential Soup needs to get away from
Fanny
that barrel.
Bulin manages to kill another player with the barrel!
Potential Soup picking Kieki after that suicide bomb. Gunter is completely exposed in the upper
Gunter
area.
is starting to get picked off.
But
He's
Potential
gonna need
needs
to
to take
hide.
advantage.
Looks
Emily
like Potential
coming
Soup
in
manages
clutch.
to see him.
Maybe picking Gunter here. And Emily takes
Emily
Gunter.
manages to pick off Gunter while he's reloading.
And that's what I was saying. You can't count Riders of the Storm out.
Oh,
Because
definitely.
in the previous games, they were getting out-aimed and outnumbered. But right now, they are not getting outplayed
Or it
at
looks
all.
like Emily
They have
is
been keeping
scraping
pace
by.
with the arms race. And that's essentially what this match has devolved to. Is it's basically an arms race trying to counterpick each other's weapons rather than just go head-to-head.
I noticed that. I feel like Gunter is especially shining in the role of the sniper right now. Same thing with
And
Potential.
Fanny preps that barrel. Fanny
Gunter
preps the barrel,
manages.
but doesn't get the
Gunter's
pick.
taken out by Emily, and so is Fanny Bulin. And well, that's a clean sweep on their part.
Fanny Bulin set up that barrel, threw it, and blew it up. Hit two enemies, hit two riders, but didn't kill either and got picked for his trouble.
It didn't do enough damage. That's the problem. Alright, looks like Gunter's switching to the sawed-off. There's a double sawed-off strategy. Triple sawed-off strategy going on with Kieki. Alright, this is going to be interesting. Looks like they're
It
switching up
seems
their
like
tactics.
Team Andale has gone full close range.
This is going to be interesting. Since one of their players specializes with the Smith, I have a feeling that he's probably going to get picked off pretty early.
And down to these corridors, before anyone buys a weapon, the pressure is mainly on Kuja, who's rocking a Remington army and is basically the only long range the Riders of the Storm can afford. Unfortunately, not performing as well as his teammates.
Emily is engaging the enemy.
Ooh, and Kuja actually gets that
Kills
pick.
Kieki.
They need to kick that barrel right
Fanny
back.
Bulin.
They need to get that barrel out of
Their
there.
shotgun strategy is not working out for them right now. And Emily manages to kill Gunter. However, Potential Soup was playing really well. Like, he managed to kill two of the shotgun players at close range, where they thrive the most.
Potential Soup, definitely the glue of the Riders of the Storm.
Yeah, definitely.
Usually, after Emily plays very aggressive, sometimes getting a good pick or two, Potential
Kieki
plays
is killed by Emily.
cleanup.
However, I feel like Fanny Bullen has an opportunity to get the kill here. But he's also headshot. However, Gunter manages to finally pick her off. Things aren't looking too hot for Team Andale right now, so they're going to have to step up their game.
And Gunter. Great aim, great sniper. We've seen him multiple times now. About to get in a fight with Kuja.
However, Fanny Bullen winds up saving his life. And now, it looks like everything's tied up.
Potential versus Gunter in the corridors. And
Fanny Bullen finishes it up. That match was to show that Team Andale is not out for the count yet. And then they're going to keep fighting.
But the score's already 4-2. If you're Team Andale right now, how are you going to get through this defense? Potential spawning with
Fanny Bullen takes out Emily early. This is actually a really good sign because Emily, she's the team leader, and now she's lost her survivor status, which is a big detriment.
But so has Fanny.
Yes, but Fanny's shotgun playstyle allows him to be a more aggressive roamer, like that, and without worrying about a survivor status.
And once again, I would like to point out, Potential Soup understands the arms race, spawned with a Smith carbine instead of a revolver.
Gunter and
decided
Kieki
to skip the trip to the blue chest.
Gunter and Kieki are waiting on the gold chest right now. Speaking of those, let's see what
that gold chest takes so long to activate, but if they are able to hold it for the remainder of this fight, they might as well come home with a new pair of shoes. Emily gets picked again.
Emily tries
right
to
by the
get the pick.
And the gold chest.
Fanny Bullen takes out Kuja, making Potential Soup the only Riders of the Storm player left.
It seems like 5-2 Riders of the Storm.
Emily manages to finish off both of them? Oh, I wish I
they
saw
are
that.
They are neither down or out.
Alright, it looks like Fanny Bullen's already going for the pick on Kuja. However, both Emily and Potential Soup saw that, and they're going in for the kill on Fanny Bullen. However, Gunter is also going in for the kill as well. Hopefully, let's see if he gets any picks. However, Fanny Bullen was also picked off by... Gunter manages to finish what Fanny started.
It's all down to taking out Emily.
Gunter manages to get the final pick. I feel like Gunter is just doing even
got kicked
greater.
At the end of there, too. Any later, and he would have died, and the Riders would be walking home 6-2.
Yeah, I feel like we shouldn't count out Team Andale too early now. I feel like that they're doing pretty good now.
I don't think anyone is counting out Team Andale,
but
definitely. It comes down to their ability to become unpredictable here.
Yeah, definitely.
They had the gold chest last round, but they didn't do anything with it. I think they're trying to get it more to a match point before they start taking out more BM weapons.
Potential Soup.
Fanny picks one, but's about to go down. Emily takes Fanny, and now it's all down to Gunter again to survive. Ooh, dodges the Smith shot.
Alright.
He's trying to run. The timer's about to go down. He's about to be revealed.
Uh-oh, Gunter's
and now
in a really
you see
bad
the
spot.
Storm going after Gunter.
Gunter is retreating into the very bottom of the map. He does have Fanny Bullen as his protector.
And we know how good Fanny can make a good trap to catch anyone trying to go after Gunter.
Kieki manages to hit Potential, but it's too late. And Gunter is now being attacked by
Potential
Emily.
jumps down and kills himself. That's huge. Emily about to go down as well.
Emily is at 17 health.
Running, hopefully getting the whiskey.
Speaking of whiskey, that's where Gunter is going. Fully healed now. All of the Team Andale members are together. But Emily's alone. Mostly.
No, Emily's got 2 teammates.
Oh, things are not looking good for Emily, and
Ooh,
Kieki manages to
Manny.
kill her with the Remington.
Kieki been sort of on the back burner this whole match. Usually it was Kieki instigating the arms race in multiple rounds, but now basically on the defense, playing
Kuja with the
normal, just
Derringer.
revolvers.
That's an odd pick, but we'll see if he can do anything with it.
Kieki saw the retreat, needs to get the combo. Kieki picks Emily
Kieki kills
with some
Emily.
help from Gunter.
Potential Soup looking for a place to perch up on. Meanwhile, Kuja
Protected by Kuja, rocking a Derringer of all things.
Yeah, I pointed that out earlier. It was really weird. All of the Team Andale members are together right now. Oh, Fanny Boolin's barrel was destroyed. That's gonna put a damper on his parade, isn't it?
But Kieki is still there. Maybe able to go pick Kuja, who's going downstairs and runs into 3 vigilantes.
Oh, that is not good for him. He is running scared.
Kuja's still running with pistols out.
And
Should've
Fanny
taken
Boolin
advantage
wall
of
bangs
the
him.
shotgun.
Emily does manage to take out Kieki, making it the first survivor kill for Riders of the Storm this match.
Potential Knives and Smith trying to get the blue chest perch over here. Can't quite get to the
Things
upper
aren't
spot.
looking very good for Gunter because he's about to die.
And that is going to be GG. 6-4 to Riders of the Storm.
So that was a close match, but Riders of the Storm managed to pull off a really good win. And I mean,
Emily with 392 notoriety.
I have to say, I think we slept on Riders of the Storm. Like,
I don't think that's it. I think Emily just multiplied her kills in notoriety by 2 by switching to the Colt Navy from the Volcanic on a long-range map.
I feel like the Volcanic...
I think that's a mistake that she was making every time she went into a long-range map.
Oh yeah, definitely. The Volcanic, while really good in shoot-up, is not known for its killing prowess in team elimination. So, she had to switch into an entirely new weapon in order to essentially make things work. And yeah, I mean, the other players also held up their own weight, too. Previously, I felt like it was just Emily doing most of the work in the last round, but these players are doing all their own crazy stuff, too.
Let's talk about the fill here. Kuja. Kuja did a pretty good job at keeping pace with the Riders of the Storm.
Yeah.
Was important in a couple of different plays.
I mean, he managed to hold up his own weight. His playstyle was pretty standard, mostly just pistols and stuff like that, you know. One time he pulled out a Derringer. That was interesting.
I think the main issue that was with Team Andale, or at least the good part about Riders of the Storm, is how well they can adapt to any matchup. The problem with them going against someone like RC Squad is that they can't just improve their aim mid-game. You have your aim and you get ready with it, you know? But what they can do is they can read the opponent and try to come up with a good strategy.
Yeah, I feel like Team Andale was kind of coming up lacking when it came to strategy at this point. They were just going for the frags. And occasionally, they had like a death ball and stuff like that. You know, stuff that you usually see, but nothing crazy.
They had
like
their
last
fair
game.
share of picks, and definitely it all came down to revolving around Gunter and his ability to simply dominate that longer range.
But sadly, he was matched by Potential Soup, who completely caught me off guard when it came to his prowess with the Smith. Like, damn.
Lazarbrobro here, statistician. Interesting, you know about Potential Soup and Gunter. In both of their team's rounds, they were always surviving. Both their teams win. Gunter had all 4 survivals, all 4 Team Andale's wins, and all 6 of Riders of the Storm's map wins. Potential Soup was one of the last survivors, if not the last survivor.
Yeah, absolutely. Potential and Gunter showing that they are most definitely good survivors, and a lot of those times it came down to Smith Carbine battles because both of them
Yeah,
were playing a
definitely.
lot of long range.
It's not something you see every day. It's like normally it's people using pistols and mare's legs and the occasional sawed off, but then like you manage to see like Smith carbine battles. That is not something that is considered meta in the team elimination meta, but both players managed to make it work, especially on a map with range as long as Desperados, where people can snipe across buildings and stuff like that. If they chose Fistful, I figured that their strategy would be the same, or even Cripple Creek.
And although there are those corridors on Desperados, it's primarily a long-range map, which made Team Andale, when they switched to a mainly shotgun-oriented gameplay, they kept losing those engagements because of that inability to have range.
Yeah, definitely. The thing about Fanny Bullen did a lot better in the last game because Sweetwater was a map that's more better when it comes to close range, And like, he just wasn't able to get all of the kills he needed. Even the barrel kills, because like he was always trying to throw them. He managed to do some good damage, and he did get some nice kills, but they weren't enough. Alright,
I think the
so,
map analysis is pretty.
By the way, your mic is really quiet.
Your mic is very quiet.
Alright, I think I'm gonna get into MVPs. Let's start with the losing team, Team Andale. I think this time that their MVP is Gunter.
Gunter's
Honestly,
performing so well today, and really in any of the Team Andale's games.
Yeah, don't get me
Just
wrong.
a staple of Team Andale. Normally, we'd have Kieki doing real well, but Kieki not exactly able to keep up with the enemy team today.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with that, but like with Gunter, I feel like he was even better than in the last game. And there's like
Gunter went 8 and 7 with 7 assists.
Yeah. And it's like, and there's like even players like Fanny Bullen who are still doing really great. I feel like they weren't doing as good, but Gunter was just managing to stay afloat the whole time. And who's always switching his play style too. Mare's Leg, Sawed Off, Smith, all that kind of good stuff. And then, meanwhile, on Riders of the Storm, I think that Potential Soup should be their MVP.
Oh,
I think Potential Soup played a great game, but I really think a lot of those openings were made entirely possible by just the amazing picking power of Emily. She played absolutely phenomenal after changing her weapon.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't think
agree.
there should be any contest when it comes to that.
I personally think it's Potential Soup. He was always the guy who
Potential
always get the most
Soup was
important
the last
frags and stuff.
survivor in all 6 of their wins and had the best KD ratio.
Yeah, not just
Emily
that, but
went
like
20 and 18 with 2 assists.
yeah, he
and
could not be
53%
touched.
accuracy.
He just could not be touched. He was just like so powerful at a range and a close distance.
He was the rock of the team.
Yeah, I bet without him trailing right behind Emily, she would have probably gotten picked by one of the players a bit more often.
Who would have won, 3 Emilys or 3 Potential Soups?
3 Emily's probably.
That's a difficult thing to say because Emily was playing much more aggressive, whereas Potential was sniping. If you have 3 snipers and you get pushed by a team of coach guns and sawed-offs, you're gonna lose. Whereas a team of 3 Emilys would win that situation.
Yeah.
Sure, I meant to make the point that Potential Soup was a bit more consistent in this game, but I guess if you
Potential
That
Soup was
was-
getting those end round picks, which matter more than anything else. So I do agree that Potential Soup deserves the MVP. However, I would say don't knock the work that Emily was doing
Oh,
because
I'm
she
not.
was opening up every situation.
Oh, yeah,
and
don't get me wrong,
usually
she was
finishing
insane.
it with 1 or 2 kills.
Oh, don't get me
2
wrong, she
frags
was
a minute
insane,
is
but
very impressive. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, she was. I feel like she was insane. Yeah, but I feel like Potential Soup was the guy who was always there to be able to basically destroy the enemy team. There were entire games where he basically wiped out almost all the survivors, allowing the others to pick up their remains. You know?
2.11 frags a minute, which was Emily's FPM, cannot be understated, especially considering how slow Team Andale played their last match on Sweetwater. The way they held that middle area was almost like a counter-terrorist holding a bomb site in CSGO. Riders of the Storm completely flipped them on their heads in regards to their map choice and how their playstyle complemented that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Really utilizing the indoor-outdoor dynamic and vertical dynamic
Because,
of FOF Desperados.
Because Team Andale chose Sweetwater last time on purpose because they knew it would best affect their playstyles. But Desperado is definitely has to be Riders of the Storm's doing because unlike Sweetwater, you know, they weren't able to adapt to it. They weren't able to, you know, lurk and get frags and stuff without being picked off. Excuse me. And yeah, basically, like there was no like gold chest spot that they could hold down and you know, get all the weapons at. Even when they were at the gold chest, they were always looking behind their backs because they always thought that Emily was gonna charge in and kill all of them. So like, there's just so much pressure. That's the thing. Remember my last video when I said you can't like you can't just. You know, you can't just, like, half-ass playing against Team Andale. You have to go really aggressive or play really defensive. You're gonna have to choose one or the other, not in between. They chose being really, really aggressive, and they did not give Team Andale any room to breathe.
I think, and these are probably going to just be my closing words because I think you summed it up perfectly. My closing words are essentially, don't be afraid to use things to your advantage that you normally would. Barrels is one of them, but even something as niche as what map you pick. We have not seen anyone play Nest or Flood Rock. And honestly, I encourage teams to go look at those maps and see how they can play them effectively. Because I guarantee that their opponents are not thinking of playing those maps.
Oh yeah, definitely. And plus, a lot of these maps...
Sweetwater, Cripple Creek, Fistful, Desperados, they're fine. They're fine maps for a good fight. But they're also...
very well known.
How many times can you watch Sweetwater 3-on-3 before you get bored out of your mind?
And not just that, but also people are going to find all the matchups and stuff. Now every team is using the Tunnels of Terror ever since the first time it was used, you know? And so you're going to have to switch things up. Like, yeah, sure, the Tunnels of Terror are fine in Sweetwater, but what about the ones in Flood Rock? You could get easily escaping in those and stuff, and people wouldn't be able to find you because you know the map and they don't.
I think Flood Rock would be a really interesting map to see, especially considering how similar this game is to Counter-Strike in regards to its gunplay, and in certain elements, its strategy and the way you hold corners and whatnot. I think it would really take it to that next level. It might benefit one of those weird kind of wacky cop teams like Team Andale, or just to former Counter-Strike players.
And I just, my closing thoughts are that, don't count out Riders of the Storm. For anyone who's watching this and doubted them previously because of their I admittedly pretty bad loss against RC Squad. Don't count them out immediately. Basically, these folks can pull off a really good game. They can pull off a really good victory, and I say that that was more on the victory of RC Squad rather than anything wrong with their particular play style. And so,
Do we know the current standings of Group B?
Team Andale is 1-1. I believe their Riders of the Storm are 1-2. Hayseed Hoodlums basically if they win any of their next games, and one of them is going to be against Dickshot, they basically have a ticket to the playoffs, and then it's a competition for all the other teams to see who's going to get to the playoffs. I can give you the exacts, but let me get the challenge open.
Yep. In the meantime, folks, you're going to have to wait for these matches to come on, and we are going to be very excited to cast them for you. It's, alright, I'm Jack Clock.
I'm Young Peen.
And
I'm Lazarbrobro.
And he's Lazarbrobro. And we are signing off from the Fragonationals. Adios.